Today is the 12th of August 2023, and I'd like to talk about making a variable the subject of an equation or a formula. Okay. Before I start the lesson, thank you to everyone who has been watching our videos. Okay. If these videos have helped you, can you consider subscribing, sharing, liking, and following us, etc., on which platform you are watching from? Okay, thank you very much for that. And then I normally write in the comment section, please follow my notes/scripts. Okay, these are my notes. Okay, but at times I watch the video before I upload, and then when I upload, I watch it again to see what is being shown. Okay, and at times I realize that I want to say, like this equation, I want to say 5y plus x, and it comes out as 5x plus y. That is why I have this pen. So if I'm pointing at 5y, it's 5y. Okay, it's not 5%, it's not 5 degrees, it's not 5 pounds, it's 5y. Okay, so as follow the notes, okay, and follow where the pen is going. That's why I shown you a bit at a time, so it's like the classroom. When I'm writing, I don't just put everything there, but I start somewhere and then I keep on writing and maybe cleaning off. Okay, now beware of scammers. Okay, if somebody send you a link even on our page asking you for donations, it's not me. Okay, if somebody send you a WhatsApp number for a chat or a friend request, it's not me. Okay, if somebody asks you to donate money so that they can go and give to a charity or an orphanage somewhere, it's not me. If you put a comment on our page, I might go and say thank you, you are welcome, depending on what you say. But beyond that, I wouldn't be putting links. It's for you to transfer money to go and help some amputees or some orphans or those kind of stuff. They are scammers, it's not me. Okay, yesterday we recap, we showed the differences between expressions, equations, formulas, and identity. Okay, so I want to do a quick recap on that quickly. When we're doing the algebra, normally we get to maybe 5y plus x and then we have to stop. Okay, that is an expression there. A plus B is a mathematical expression. Okay, so if you know A and you know B, then you can find what A plus B actually is. Beyond that, it is an expression. Equation. So if you have 5y plus x equals 10, then it becomes an equation. So here they can give you a minus b equals 10, but here we have a minus 5 equals 10. Find a. This is an equation. The if they are asking you to find A, and you can easily find A here. Okay, so this way A is 15, because 15 minus 5 equals 10. So in this form, it becomes an equation. Now, mathematical formulas. From primary school, you know the formula of the cuboid, the circumference of a circle. Okay, so this is the circumference of a circle. So circumference is 2 pi r, where pi is a constant. Okay, but you know that radius is the diameter over 2. So if you don't want to work with the radius, you can put d over 2 in place of r. Okay, so this is what I've done here, and then you take the 2 off, so you can have pi d. So you can write circumference equals 2 pi r, or pi d. Okay, pi is a constant. Identities. Okay, I explained it into detail yesterday. D equals dc. Okay, so 2 times 3 equals 3 times 2. A plus B equals B plus A. Okay, so yesterday I even went in further. So if A is 2 and B is 3, your answer here will be 5. 3 plus 2 will also be 5. So they are identical, they are the same. You have not done anything. Okay, so this is what we've been doing, and I said I wanted you to know. Now today we want to make a variable the subject, finding the subject. So it can be an equation or it can be a formula. Okay, but we want to find the subject. Now I have some few notes for you. This kind of work and any kind of mathematical work, you need to be careful. You need to be careful, because if you finish and you find out that you missed this somewhere, then you have to go back over and redo it again. In the classroom, it's okay. At home, it's okay. But under exam conditions, it can be frustrating. So you might end up leaving the question, or maybe redoing it again, which will cost you some time. So be careful. Do it systematically. Don't jump stages or rush it. Okay, I said this to you also when we're doing the frequency table. Okay, it's better to take 4 minutes to do it right than to take 2 minutes and get it wrong and redo it again. Okay, so and at times you wouldn't even realize it was wrong, so you come out of the exam room and then you realize that I didn't get the answer everybody is talking about. Then you realize that you missed something, and that can be very daunting. Just be careful and do it systematically. Okay, so if you want example X to be the subject, the answer must be S. Okay, so what we are going to do, if for instance they say make S the subject, then the answer must be S equals something. So until you get to that point, you haven't finished. Okay, apply equal principles on both sides. So if you multiply by 5 on one side, you do the same on the other side. If you divide by 5 on one side, you do the same on the other side. Okay, that's what I mean. Be careful and systematic. Okay, you use board mass or bid mass to prioritize. Okay, so we've done bid mass and we've done board mass, and you know what it means. Okay, it's in one of our videos, so use it to prioritize. Okay, now let's look at our first example. We are being asked to make y the subject, so our answer should be y equals something. Okay, but here we have x equals 2y plus 17, so this y should become our answer. So our answer should be y equals something, okay, involving x and 17 and maybe the 2. So let's see what we can do here. So we need to have only y on that side. Okay, so this is plus 17. Okay, we can take away 17, so plus 17 minus 17 will be 0, or we'll move 17 to the other side. If we do that, it becomes minus. Okay, so x minus 17 equals 2y, because we subtract 17 from here, we subtract 17 from here, and then we subtract 17 from here. You know, we do the same thing on both sides. So x minus 17 equals 2y. So now to make y the subject, this is 2y. So we divide 2y by 2 to get y here, and then we divide all this by 2. So we have x minus 17 all divided by 2, and then the 2's can cancel, so we have y. So x minus 17 all divided by 2 equals y. So y equals, I'm just changing it all around. Okay, y equals x minus 17 all divided by 2. You can leave your answer this way, or as we talked about identities yesterday, this divided by 2 is half, so we can do half into brackets x minus 17. So now y equals x minus 17 all divided by 2, or half into brackets everything in the numerator, x minus 17. Okay, so we've made s the subject, so our answer is, so we can stop here now. Okay, we've made x the subject. Now example 2, make r the subject. So straight away your answer should be r equals something. Okay, so 2x, the question is 2x equals r minus 10. So if this is minus 10, I'll add 10 here and add 10 here, because if I add 10 to minus 10, this side becomes 0. I want to get rid of everything around r, so that r will become on its own. Okay, so now we have 2x plus 10 equals r, because if I add 10 here, but 10 is 10 plus 10 will be 0. So r is now on its own. Then I can add 10 to this side. So I have 2x plus 10. Now r equals 2x plus 10. I'm just swapping them around. Okay. Now look at 2x and look at 10. 2 here and 10, they have a common factor. So I can bring 2 out into bracket x plus 5, because 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times x is 2x. So r can be equal to 2x plus 10, or 2 into bracket x plus 5. So this and this are identical, as we saw yesterday. Okay, so we can leave our answer as this, or we can leave our answer as this. This is a 5, because 2 times 5 is 10. The 2 affects everything in the bracket, not just the x. So 2 times s is 2s. 2 times 5 is 10. So if you leave your answer this way, you are right. If you leave your answer this way, you are also right. So now, we've made r the subject. That was the question. So now, r equals 2 into bracket s plus 5, or 2x plus 10. Let's look at our third example. Make a the subject. So here, we need to make a the subject. So our answer should become a equals. Okay, if we say we make 3a equals, we haven't finished, because we want a to be on its own. Okay, so we need to go, that's why we need to go all the way till we have a equals something. Okay, so now let's start. So 3a equals b minus 18, because if we take away 18 from 18, 3a will be on its own. This becomes 0. So what we do on this side of the equal to sign, we have to do it on the other side as well. So 3a equals b minus 18. Okay, so we are taking away 18 on both sides. Now we want a to be on its own. A is multiplying here, so we divide. If we divide by 3, then 3 can cancel out. If we multiply by 3, we have 9a. So we are not solving the equation. So the only way we can get rid of the 3 is to divide. So now if we divide this side by 3, then we have to go and decide this side of the equation by 3 as well. Okay, so if we divide this side by 3, a is now on its own, because we aim to make a the subject. So our answer should be a equals something. Okay, so now b minus 18 all divided by 3. The 3 is not affecting only b, it's affecting b minus 18. So you can leave your answer this way, or you can bring 1/3, because a is dividing, and then into brackets b minus 18. So that if you want to divide, you remove the bracket, you have b minus 18 all divided by 3. Okay, not just the b and not just the 18, all the b minus 18 divided by 3. So now we've made a the subject, a is on its own, which is equal to b minus 18 all divided by 3. Or we can use what we learned yesterday, identities, and write 1/3 all into bracket b minus 18. Now, our last example for today. Make d the subject. Okay, so they can give you any variable a to z. Okay, so you have to look in the equation and see what they are asking you. So there is e here, there is g there, and there is d. They want me to have the answer as d equals to something. If they say make g the subject, then your answer should be g equals something. Okay, if they say make e the subject, your answer should be e equals something. So don't just assume, look at what they are asking you to do and do that. So you need to be careful. Now, because you want d to be the subject, you have to start thinking about what can I do on this side of the equation to make this easier. Okay, so the first thing I will do is to get rid of the 5g here. Okay, this 5g being the variable. So now if I move this 5 plus 5g here, so if I move it to the other side, it will become minus. So 3e minus 5g. Okay, and then if I take away 5g here, I have minus 7d. Okay, now so I have 3e minus 5g equals minus 7d. Okay, now 3e minus 5g, this is minus 7d, so I can multiply by minus 7 and I can divide by minus 7 and divide this side also by minus 7. Okay, so if I do that, minus 7 and minus 7 will cancel out here, and then I can divide the 3e minus 5g over minus 7. Okay, don't be afraid if you have negative numbers to work with. Okay, it's the same principle. You remember I gave you some things to put on your flashcard. Okay, so now I'm just going to flip the equation. So I'm going to write d equals minus 3e minus 5g all divided by minus 7. So it gets the same thing here. So I've kept d here and I've brought this there. So now d equals 3e minus 5g, okay, all divided by 7. So I can have minus 1 over 7, 3e plus 5g. Also, if I want to get rid of the minus, I can write it as 1 over 7, okay. Now, the minus will affect 3e, okay. The minus will affect 3e. This is a minus, okay. So if the minus affect 3e, in bracket I can have minus 3e, But minus times minus is plus. So I can have 5G. Yeah. So if I have 1/7, to remove the minus, I can flip it around and then have positive sign here. This and this are the same. If I multiply minus by 3e, I have minus 3e. If I multiply minus times minus 5G, I have plus 5G. So I can get rid of the minus and flip it around. 5G minus 3e. But if you are not comfortable with this as well, for now you can leave your answer as this. So 1 minus 1/7, 3e minus 5G. Okay, or you can decide to leave the bracket out and write 3e minus 5G over 7. So your D now, because you're making D the subject, okay, 3e minus 5G, all of them divided by 7. Or you can go a step further, as we saw in identities, 1/7, okay. Now your minus affects 3e, so you have minus 3e, and then your minus with the 5G becomes positive, okay. As if you don't understand this, okay, with time you understand, okay. You can go back and watch the video twice and you understand this. But if you don't understand this, it's okay. You can leave your answer this way, and that way it's still the same. They will give you the answer. Okay, so now you've made D the subject. The only thing here is make sure you are doing the question. Make D the subject. You make D the subject. Make A the subject. You make A the subject. Make R the subject. You make R the subject. Nothing but R. Make Y the subject. You answer the question and make R the subject. When you get to this point, you can stop if you are not confident using brackets, okay. But as far as you can go. Make sure you don't get this right and get this wrong. So I would advise you that if you get to this place, you've made Y the subject, not 2Y but Y, you can leave it like that if you can't do this, okay. Because at times there are some students, they find it a bit confusing. So if you are comfortable with this, you will still get the answer. But if you can go another step further and leave it as this, you will still get the same answer, okay. So this is what I wanted to share with you today, okay. And thank you very much for watching our videos. See you next lesson.